Hello, folks. My name is Chris Rains with Rains Broadcasting, and we're in our control room today working on an album with Brennan Doyle, who is both a student here, an engineering student, and a client. A little bit of background, he came in here with his band. They're from Victoria. They're called Forecast, and they're a reggae band, essentially, although they do other styles. And they came in the summer to do an album, and this was their first album. They're young guys, 19 to 21, and when they got here, their first experience was stressful because they'd never worked in the studio before, and there were a lot of issues, and they wanted to have an opportunity to do a redo with all the things that they learned in the studio during that process. So Brennan decided he wanted to take an engineering course here over a period of about 10 months, and I agreed to redo the album as part of the curriculum, basically have a hands-on working experience and learn from redoing the album, which is what we've been working on, right?
Yep.
So Brandon got equipment that's made him independent in terms of recording, nice compact system, universal audio stuff. And with some instruction, he went back to Victoria and started re-recording these things. And he's done a great job. He's got a good ear. I think he'll be a good engineer. So tell me a little bit about your musical background.
Musical background? Well, I think I started, my first memory of getting into music at all was probably when I was around 6. And my parents took me to, I think it was Denman Island. And my mom was in a drum circle, doing some hippie stuff. And I just felt like joining in, and I was kind of just a natural, playing the bongos and djembes and whatnot. And from then, I kept playing that at the house, and once they realized I had, a desire to get into music, they bought me a drum set. And I must have been about 12 when I got that. And since then, I've just been jamming with friends that I met through school, and I got more into guitar, learning the guitar and bass, because I like songwriting as well. And yeah, just been jamming since.
So what about the engineering side? What made you decide to get into that?
The engineering side comes from wanting to record songs, and I'm pretty particular about the sounds I like and wanting to present something I'm proud of and not just kind of this muddy piece of crap.
Yeah. And you wanted to have control, right?
Yeah,
over the process.
It's pretty much just a creative control. That's why I wanted to get into it.
And of course, it's a lot. You can take your time, and it's a lot cheaper to be able to record your own stuff rather than do all your mistakes and learning in the studio, right?
Big time.
Right. So that's what we've been doing, and we've got 4 songs now that are close to completion out of 10 that we're doing. Is it 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we've been working up here. So we're going to later on in this interview, we'll show you some of the work that we've been doing. Tell me a little bit about where you want to go with this now. What you want to do with your band, and you were telling me earlier that you want to get into a contest. You want to enter a contest here?
Yeah. Mike, actually, our keyboardist, reminded me that there's this contest that we forgot to enter last year, just in Seattle. And it's pretty much you just give them some songs, and then if they like them, they ask you to come play. And if you win, you get recording time, exposure, gear, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we want to apply for that, finish the album, go on tour. That's a big one. We've always wanted to go on tour just because we think it'd be fun and we love playing music.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to just support the band by being able to record all of our stuff and not have to pay for, studio time and be independent in that sense. And
yeah, so I mean, it's a financial hit off the top, but it's what you're getting from the experience is a lifelong ability to do for yourself rather than depend on other people. Mm-hmm. And that's the way, of course, music is going now anyway. I mean, more and more, serious musicians are getting into the engineering side, so they have some freedom, right? Mm-hmm. So is there anything else that you'd like to talk about in terms of, where you want to take things? From the engineering side, then you want to become an engineer, primarily focused later on in your career, or do you want to use the engineering stuff to further your musical career?
Well, I like the idea of both of those options, each one would be great, but I prefer using the engineering to focus on a musical career. That's where my passion is.
Yeah.
And if I become an engineer because the band doesn't work out or what have you, that's good too because I love music. So.
Yeah, well, as you get older and you're unable to dance seductively on stage with a skinny little body, yeah, you might have to go into that, right? Yeah.
I'm not this always hurting. You got to give me a sign. Is love like this all the time? 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 'Cause I'm not this always hurting. You got to give me a sign. Is this what love's really like? Hold your breath in the tunnel, you know the light's gonna show. One day you fight, one day you might, one day you're like, wanna be here for the rest of my life now. Beginning, love was strong, makes you let go when you wanna hold on. So far in the hole, love's about to go off. Let's go out tonight so I can show you off now. Is this what love's really like? If so, I feel it all